I know what technology means, and I think I know what cognitive is, but what does it mean when you put the two together? Cognitive technology.
Well, Becky, that's an interesting question. But before I answer the question of what cognitive technology is, I really want to tell you why I'm excited to talk about this subject matter. The why is quite simple. Data today is really exploding in the marketplace. Let me just give you a couple of statistics. In the last 2 years, 90% of the data that's available today has been created. So in the existence of man, prior to then, there was 10% of the data that we have today. So without moving to technological solutions, we just can't handle this explosion of data. So now let me tell you about cognitive technology. Cognitive technology is the ability of us as humans to train a machine to think like a human being. What does that mean? That means we're going to teach the computer to recognize patterns, generate hypotheses, and get to reasonable outcomes, much the same as a human would today.
On the one hand, Mark, everyone's talking about cognitive technology, but on the other hand, I've got to ask you, is this just the flavor of the month?
Well, with the explosion of big data, with the explosion of data, we as auditors have traditionally parsed through data in a manual way to derive outcomes, to determine whether or not financial reporting is reasonable in accordance with GAAP. Well, with the explosion of data, as I've suggested, it's absolutely necessary to get digital tools to parse through that data, identify the risks and anomalies in that data that we can then use to fulfill our professional responsibilities. Without that digital tool, it's frankly impossible to get through all the data that's available today.